invoke Spirit even more deeply. Our Creator, we call upon you as our Mother, our Father, and we know that you've created not only us and these incarnations, but you've created all there is, the cosmos, and all of the stars moving in their harmony are a reflection of the smallest movement within our very souls. The great mystery dwells within us, as our great way shower Jesus said, the kingdom of the heavens is within. And you're teaching us these days, reminding us that we are all part of this greater whole. We're learning to drop our fears and join our hearts and join our hands to enter into this new age, this age of Aquarius that's dawning. We're moving beyond any sense of victimhood. We're moving beyond seeing any enemies out there into a greater harmony, into a wholeness that some are calling the golden era. Truly, it's the dawning of something we've all been waiting for, and we are part of it. And today we open in sweet surrender. We open more and more deeply to sweet surrender into your loving arms. And so it is.
I am opening now in sweet surrender to the goodness, love that eternal one. I am opening in sweet surrender to the goodness, love that eternal one. I am opening.
Feel your hearts opening as you sing.
I am
all here today on a rainy day. Last week, if you were here, you experienced the opening of the floodgates of heaven, didn't you? We had an amazing service here with many tears and much joy and celebration of the years that we've spent together. And I received so much from you, so much gratitude, and it felt like a flow, like a tremendous flow, and flowing through me, because as I realized it as I was standing there receiving your wonderful blessings, giving and receiving is just like an in-breath and an out-breath. You know, it's all one. It's all one. We think that we breathe in and we breathe out and it's separately, but really it's all part of one action. So your giving and my receiving, and my giving and your receiving, we're in this big flow together of energy, rain, and a blessing. So I just want to thank you again for last week. It was an incredible time together. And we're venturing into a time of the theme being about our teamwork together. During this last week, and actually month, we've been experiencing the full moon twice. So they call it the blue moon, you know. So that's an opening of the floodgates, literally, because the tides rise. And I heard from people in Florida that the tides were really, really high during the blue moon. So the tides of potentiality are rising as it's calling us into the age of Aquarius, because the blue moon was in Aquarius. You know, so we are part of the cosmos and of all that's going on in the heavens. So it behooves us to think about what is happening. What is this age of Aquarius that we've been hearing about since our youth? What does it mean? It's about opening the hearts, opening our hearts to love the whole, opening our hearts to community. I feel blessed because my moon is in Aquarius in my astrological chart. So you can kind of sense that, because I love community and love being in these group type settings. But we all are being called forth to, maybe if you could picture it like get onto a big jet plane. And it reminded me of that song when I thought of that. I'm riding on a jet plane. But in that song, we were leaving our lovers behind, right? But in the age of Aquarius, we're taking them all with us. We are riding on this plane that's big enough to hold all of humanity. And we're dropping our prejudices and our holding on to our differences, and we're journeying. We're journeying together into the heart of God. Now this is the metaphor for the Aquarian age. It's about coming to realize that we are not just choosing, but we are being moved in a massive way. There's a movement going on, and I love the feeling of movements happening, but we're somehow a part of this movement that's happening all over the planet. We can see it in Egypt, we can see it in many places, that people are saying, we are all in this together. And that reminded me of another song from the 70s, Cat Stevens, longer boats are coming to get us, coming to get us. And I think in the song he says, hang on to the shore, but I want to change it to let go of the shore. Longer boats are coming to get us. Let's let go of the shore. So there's two questions that I want to pose to you today as we get into this together. How can you let go of the shore of me-ness, and venture out into the ocean of we, or into the heavens of we? Are you flying alone? Or are you flying together? So those are the questions for today. How can we right here in Unity, this little group of us in Ashland, Oregon, participate in something that's so huge, that's happening all over the planet? We are a fractal. You know, we're a small part. And I think that we've got a call on us to build in an even stronger way a web of our coexistence in such a way that our needs are met, his needs are met, her needs are met, that all of the needs are met, and together we enter into abundance that's better than we've ever imagined and higher than all of our previous memories of anything that we've experienced. So how can we take the next steps toward the we, into this consciousness of the age of Aquarius? That's your cue. When you hear the song, they should have known that was their cue.
And we're going to do it together. Sing it together up here with you all. If you want to join in, please do.
Let's fly together on this one. You're going to love it. Before you sit down, go around and give each other a big hand. And now to go into a further blessing for the big people. It's a blessing that I'd like you to be giving to one another in the following way. It's through our hearts and our hands and our eyes and our expression of life energy that blessing occurs. How else does it occur? We are God's hands, and we are God's eyes, and we are the emanation of God in this world. And so we've done this particular meditation at other times, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to share together. And it involves just turning to someone next to you, and you're going to be sharing a heartfelt and heart-touching meditation with each other, and I'll have you each get a chance to be the giver and the receiver. So what it involves is just having one person turn with their back to the other person, and you're going to be placing your hands on their heart from the back. And so go and get with a person. If it could be someone that you know, it's fine, or someone that you don't know. It's nice to do it with someone you don't know sometimes, so you get to know one another. But if everyone could just find another person, it's all done in silence. And so just decide who's going to be the one to receive first, and who's going to be the one to give first. Everybody have a partner? Destiny needs a partner. Do it with Roy? Okay. Everybody else have a partner? Everybody set? So begin by just not touching the other person yet, but just by getting comfortable in your own self. Just sit there without touching the other person yet. Just keep your hands, like you can raise them if you want, or just be sitting there with your hands on your lap. And just begin by getting comfortable and shifting your weight so that you're feeling well supported. And gently allowing your eyes to close. And let your hands rest somewhere on your own body. They can be on your own heart, on your own body. Let your hands rest on your own body to start with. You can put them on your abdomen, your solar plexus. So you can feel the rise and fall of the breath in your own body. Your own breath rising and falling. Feel the breath, the way it settles back down when you breathe out. And as you breathe in, feel the rising of your body. The rising and the settling. The flow of breath within your own body. And you're becoming more and more attuned to your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Inhaling long, slow, deep breaths all the way down into your belly if you can. And breathing out fully and completely. You can even say an ah sound if you'd like to. Feel the expansion of your abdomen with each breath, in-breath. And feel how it subsides with each out-breath. Breathing in. This time, imagine that you're sending the warm energy of your breath to any part of your body that's more or less tight or tense, so that you're relaxing and releasing. Just releasing any tension that you've held during the day. Relaxing and releasing. Just sit in silence for a couple of minutes, breathing, and begin to notice the breathing of the person next to you. Just connecting at first through your breathing. And you sense the breathing of that person next to you. You can soften and warm and loosen any discomfort, your breath. So more and more, you just feel a relaxed, easy, safe, and comfortable energy here amongst us, between you. And now imagine a protective cushion of energy surrounding you. Imagine it shielding the two of you from any outside distraction and keeping the two of you safe and protected inside of it. Seeing how this energy has the magical ability to draw out of you anything that you might want to discard, so that you can release anything that you need to right now. Let it be absorbed and neutralized by this energy cushion. makes the energy cushion around you even stronger and more protective and shielding. And inside of it, the two of you can be safe and easy and relaxed and comfortable. Just letting yourself be deeply, easily. And now becoming aware of the energy around your two hearts. The energy flowing around your hearts. Breathing in and breathing out fully. Focus your attention on your partner now. The person sitting with their back to the other person, you just keep relaxing. And the person who's going to place your hands slowly and gently come from your body, your breath, your heart. And place your hands on the neck or shoulders or the back of the person in front of you. Settling your attention on what you might consider to be a particularly tender or vulnerable spot. A place that touches the other person's heart. Like the depression in the back of the neck or the spot between the shoulder blades. Just allowing your own feelings of loving kindness to collect in your hands and flow out from your heart to this tender spot in the other person. And maybe you can sense something of what this back has carried, or the burden that these shoulders have known. Possibly you're feeling a little tension there or tightness. And as your heart continues to warm and open and fill with this vast energy of loving kindness, down through your hand, out onto the neck or shoulders or back of this other person, comes an energy of your heart that's healing. And as you continue to focus on this vulnerable spot, you realize that there's a nourishment and a replenishment of whatever is needed in this other person is taking place. And the person in front, see if you can just allow yourself to receive. It's, of course, a great gift in itself just to receive. Just let your body soak up the warm energy, the generous heart behind you, and let that energy move through you, allowing it to go wherever it needs to go, and remembering how good it feels to just allow yourself to receive. When was the last time you just received? Especially a gift so freely given. And for the person in the back, feel the warm, rich energy flowing even more from your heart through your hands and arms, as a gift offered freely without any strings attached. And remember how good it feels to touch someone just with your own generosity. And enjoy the richness of this connection, open heart to open heart, where the giver becomes the receiver and the receiver becomes the giver, the source, the resourcing, the pulsing with the beat of one heart. Let it heal you. Let it bring you home. And whenever you are ready, gently allowing yourself to disconnect your hands, knowing that at a place deep inside of you that you're better for having reached out and touched another person and shared this beautiful energy. You've connected with your own inner source of wisdom and love. Gently releasing your touch on the other person. And now in a return gesture, change positions and have the person who was giving become the receiver and the person who was receiving become the giver. And once again, gently become aware of a tender spot on the shoulders or neck or back of this person. Place your hands in a guided way to touch the person in such a gentle and tender way, bringing the healing, warm, loving, sunshiny energy of your heart into the back of this other person, into this vulnerable spot. Just allow your own feelings of loving kindness to well up in your heart and pour out into the tender spot of this other person. You might sense the weight that this back is carrying, or over the burden that these shoulders have known. Possibly you're feeling the tension there and the tightness, and let your heart continue to warm and open and release. Help the other person to release this tension into loving kindness, into acceptance. Feel the energy moving down your arms from your heart and into your hands, knowing that you indeed are the heart and hands of God. And the person in front of you, they too are God receiving you. They're allowing you to give to them just what's needed in this moment. Remember how good it feels to allow to flow through you this healing touch. And those of you that are receiving, how good it feels to receive unconditional love. Just feel the warm, rich energy flowing from heart to heart. From heart to heart. The richness of our hearts are vast beyond measure. We have so much to give. We know just the right things to give. And it feels so good to give and receive in connection with one another, and to know the pulse beat of our breath in our heart as it flows and carries us and teaches us and guides us intuitively. Pulse beat to pulse beat, heart to heart. Giving, receiving. It feels so good. And whenever you're ready, gently allow yourself to begin to disconnect your hands. And from a deep place inside of you, know that you are better for having shared in this way, that you're more settled and steady now, that you're attuned to the powerful seat of the heart, and you're connected to your own inner source of love and wisdom, and so you are. And so it is. So it is. Thank you so much for sharing in this beautiful, beautiful way.
We'll sing this song as a reminder and a gift to self and each other.
Beautiful. The feeling of us together, blessing one another. What do you think just happened here in the room during that meditation? We went somewhere together into a silence where we're connected. I don't know what happened to each one of you, I don't know. But I have a sense that you remembered something, that you went to some place of realizing that you're not quite alone as you might have felt when you first walked into the room. That's the purpose of our coming together here, to feel this connection, this place inside of ourselves where, yes, we dwell in the deepest mystery of our own souls, and yet we're somehow mysteriously connected with one another and with all that is. You know, in our culture, in the United States, people can get pretty disconnected feeling, can't we? I heard about a study, a survey that was done that was asking people how many people they had in their lives that they could share their most intimate, deepest secrets with. How many do you think it was? 3, 5, 10?
1.
What did the average person say? What did most of the people say?
None.
0. Wow. Isn't that kind of surprising? I mean, in a way, I think we live in a very nurturing environment, so we might not be some of the ones that feel that, and yet we also might be, you know. Just to realize that our culture has suffered a lot of disconnection and a lot of splits through many, many causes. But not every culture has experienced so much splitting as ours. There are cultures around the world in which people feel more connected with one another, and we can go and visit those cultures and feel it too. And in fact, many people from those cultures live in the United States, and you know, we can feel the warmth and connection of Mexico, where everybody walks arm in arm. We can feel it in Europe when people are walking around hand in hand, even though they're not, you know, partners or anything, they're just friends, taking care of each other. How many of you have seen those images on the internet of flocks of birds flying together? It's called murmuration. Murmuration. Isn't that a beautiful word? When they're murmuring all together and they're able to fly in these beautiful configurations. And we look up and we wonder, how do they feel so much connection? How do they intuitively know just when to move, when the whole flock is moving? You know, how do they do this? Do these birds flying in flocks have a collective, intuitive spirit that enables them to move as one? Flocks of birds moving through the air without a conductor, but as if they're choreographed. And shoals of fish that can change their whole direction when they see a shark coming. Do all of these systems, including us humans, obey the same universal intuitions? Do complex group behaviors emerge from simple interactions between individuals that are intrinsically and inevitably in the very fabric of our beings? There's this whole phenomenon called self-organization, you know, self-organizing principles that people are talking about now that appear in traffic jams and in the movement of human crowds. And it extends all the way to a minute biological level in our own cells. The cells of our bodies self-organize. Zoologists, in observing these flocks of birds, say that they aren't simply following a leader. Like we're familiar with the geese flying, you know, and how they have a leader and then they change leaders. But those big murmurations of birds, they're not following one leader. You can see that when you watch them. It's not about one particular leader or even their neighbors. Because if they were, the scientists have found, the reaction time of each bird would need to be so very fast, faster than the birds can actually really react. So according to scientists who have studied the reaction times of individual birds in laboratory settings, they could never do it just by watching and then deciding to follow and doing it that way. The research shows that this unison, and this was published by Wayne Potts in the Journal of Nature in 1984, that this unison of the birds and flocks are kind of like a chorus line, he called it. It's the chorus line effect. So you can picture like the Rockettes and the chorus line, and how their legs would just go up and go down, and they seem to have that flock kind of movement. And now people have experienced it in stadiums, you know, the waves that go through the stadiums. So that's what the birds are doing. There's a wave of energy that's spreading through the flock. And it moves them like that chorus line. So the birds are like dancers who feel in their very beings this approaching leg kick. And then when it's the right time, they move in that direction. So birds and flocks are able to change direction quickly, not just because they're following a leader or their neighbors, but because that they are sensing a movement from far off, and they're picking up on it. And then they move all en masse. So do you begin to get what I'm getting at here? The movement of the age of Aquarius is upon us. And we, as flocking birds, are feeling it on the rise. And we're sensing it. And we're getting ready to raise our legs, so to speak, or to take a flight, or to move into a higher consciousness of new values. Greg Braden says, our ancestors devised every method imaginable to alert us to a single fact. Now is the time of the most extraordinary conditions and opportunities that have ever occurred on planet Earth, that accompany the rarest of events, the shift from one world age to a next in mass consciousness. Wow. It isn't found anywhere in these ancient texts, nowhere, not in the Mayan calendar. It's not found that this new age coming is about doomsday. No, it's not in those ancient texts. That's just our current human imaginations that get so stuck on fear. And we see it in our movies and so forth. But the fact is that these ancient texts were talking about a window of opportunity for amazing spiritual growth that would come upon all of humanity. The dawning of a great sun, of a golden age coming, the age of Aquarius. If we call it the shift into this age of Aquarius, what does that represent? Well, ages like this take place over 2,150 years. So it's not just a quick thing, and we're coming into it right now. And we've been hearing about it for quite a long while. So they say that the age of Aquarius is about a tremendous freedom that's coming. A freedom from our past, a freedom from our old mindsets, a freedom from our fears. It's about a freedom to move as one into this amazing oneness. But what does it mean that we sometimes journey into places inside of ourselves where it feels as if there's no one else there, and that the world cannot accompany us there? Some say that it means that we humans are ultimately alone, that we are born, we come into this earth alone, and that we go out from here alone. Like, for example, D.H. Lawrence's poem called Deeper Than Love. He says, there is love, and it is a deep thing, but there are deeper things than love. First and last, a man is alone. He is alone when he's born, and alone when he dies, and deep within himself he dwells alone. That doesn't seem right anymore, does it? But D.H. Lawrence, not that long ago, people would shake their heads yes when that was said. But there is another tradition that's been here on the planet all along, like John Donne's poem, No Man is an Island. Each of us is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. We're starting to remember this. And religions all over the world are what have reminded people about this. They're in this later camp. Buddhism says we're all interrelated, we're all interbeing. Lakota teachings say we are connected with all our relations, all our relations. William Ellery Channing, who's a Unitarian founder, said we are each a living member of the great family of all souls. Interdependence. It's like a foundation of faith in our spirituality. But sometimes that faith is challenged inside of us by the nagging question, if we're so connected, how come sometimes we still feel so alone? I heard this week about Vietnam vets who were in prison over there in Hanoi, and they were there for many, many years, and they were punished or, in their captivity, tortured by not being allowed to connect with one another. They were kept in solitary confinement. The human being cannot stand that. We cannot really stand that degree of aloneness. And so they devised a method of clicking, ticking, tapping on the stone walls that divided them. And they figured out, I don't know how they did it without talking to each other, but they figured out codes, elaborate codes of communicating to one another. And they were able to know when someone was in trouble and communicate that across the cell walls. Amazing, amazing. The very thing that appeared to separate them, the stone wall, became the end of, the ending of their separation. The ending of it. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the wall became the vehicle for which they could communicate through. The very places in our lives where we feel the most alone and cut off, those places of our deepest fears and our deepest longings do not have to threaten us with this existential solitary confinement. They really are the means to our deeper human connection. Do you hear what I'm saying? If only we have the courage to reveal them to one another. I believe this because as a minister and as a counselor in the journey to completion, I'm often journeying to those places with people where I see that it's them and me and them, where I am the same. And everything that they bring up to me, I somehow mysteriously have felt and known. So there is a great mystery in our midst that just requires us to share our deepest selves with one another. Thomas More, who's the author of The Cure of a Soul, that wonderful book that came out a few years ago, he says that all the great spiritual traditions of the world agree that the one thing that a soul needs in order to grow and thrive, the one thing your soul needs in order to grow and thrive is a friend. A friend. A friend. Not a Facebook friend, really. A friend who can really touch us and feel into us and look into our eyes. We need embodied community with one another, maybe now more than ever that Facebook is so popular and we spend so much time on the computers, We really need to come together in human community with one another so that we can feel and sense and know this flow that's taking place amongst us. In a few moments here, I'd like to lead into us sharing testimonies together. Last week you shared testimonies of how much I, as your leader, have meant to you, and it was so amazing to receive that. And I'd like you this week to go into your hearts and think about when has someone else in this group touched your heart? Or how have you felt that you reached out to somebody? Or what is a need that you have right now that you would like to have someone reach out and touch? Or it could be of somebody that you know that your heart is burdened about. So a sharing like that together. And we have candles up here and a lighter. And I'm going to ask you, as the music plays, to come up and to begin to share with one another what this community means to you. And I'll just conclude before we go into that with a quote by Alice Bailey. Do you know who she was? And we're talking about astrology today, and she was a famous esoteric astrologer who lived in the earlier part of this century. And before she died in 1975, she said, "The tests and difficulties and pains of this era are just symptoms or indications that we're entering into this great manifestation of the new civilization and new culture. They portend the birth of a new era for which the entire world waits. This will only come about if the sixth ray energy of Mars, which is our lower chakras that have to do with our anger and fighting energy, are transmuted into the sixth ray energy of Neptune, which is about our collective consciousness." She said, one is full of blood energy and the other is full of life-giving energy. So if Alice Bailey, a master astrologer, is correct, it's up to us to all of humanity to decide what direction that we're going to take in this coming new age, this age of Aquarius. If it's in fact a choice, a personal one that we make every day as to whether we're going to fly alone or fly in the company of others. What are some synergistic energy movements that you can do to enter into the flow? So that question I asked of you in the very beginning, are you ready to fly? Not alone, but are you ready to fly in a big group? Because that's what we're being called to do. And I'm really excited about what's coming next here for us in Unity in Ashland. I'm excited for what's coming next here for us in this community and our interaction with one another in the community. And I'm excited for us as we, fractals of the whole, are somehow in this great harmony with a flow that's going on all over the planet. Are you ready to fly? Let's come up with, as the music plays, and share something with one another about a gratitude that you have for how someone here has touched your heart. It could even have happened right here today. Or share a way that you would like your heart to be touched. Or share a way that you have been able to reach out to someone else. So when you come up, the trick of this is to press down with your thumb on this first, and then it lights. So on this rainy day, I thought it would be nice to have a candle ceremony to light up our memories about the light that's come into our lives through one another. So give all of us, everyone who spoke and all of us who didn't and I'd like to invite those who are taking the offering to go forth and take the offering while this beautiful song is being shared that really caps off what we just experienced.
Since it's running late, we're going to do an abbreviated version, but I think we'll still get to enjoy this song. This is called Angels by Karen Drucker, and it's so fitting for today. And the other song we did, Blessing to the World, is also by Karen. So sing along, please, if you wish. We are all angels who only have one wing, all angels searching for each other, all angels who cannot reach the sky because we need each other to fly. Those are the words, the chorus. We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly. Look around at each other. Do you know there are angels in our midst? Can you hear them? Can you feel them? They're all around you, with you every day. Do you see them, or do you look the other way? It's that man that I forgot to kiss as I hurried out the door. That stranger that said hello, that I ignored. They are angels. We are angels. Let's just do the whole thing. We are, oh, why not? Angels who only have one wing. Oh, angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other. It's so busy, time goes by so fast. I rush through the day, trying to make each moment last. But when I take the time to look around, I see each other to fly. What do we need? We need each other to fly. We need each other to fly. Let's chant that. We need each other to fly. 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 We need each other to fly.
And got your hands clapping together, rub them together, feel the energy flowing into our offering. And we believe that it multiplies when we say this. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And so it is. Thank you.
People who need people. Luckiest people.
Let's all get in our big circle together.